Hello, I'm Andy Jefferson from the 20sPlenty for Whitby campaign, and I will be explaining how you can create a simple campaign video to assist your 20sPlenty campaign for your area. The information in this video is by no means exhaustive, and what would be best for your campaign video is very much to be defined by your situation. The first thing to consider with your campaign is to assess what is the main problem specific to your area. Do you, like in Whitby, have an ageing population? And so the relatively high vulnerability of the population is going to be a major driver in pushing for change. Is the local transport system aligned in such a way as it's made very hard to walk or cycle? With even the public transport options being so infrequent, effectively people are becoming socially isolated. The following process defines how you can get hold of basic demographic information for your area. Building a case for default 20 mile an hour can involve highlighting the particular problems in your area. In many cases, those problems can be age-related. So either you have a significant level of children in your area, or you have a significantly aging population, both groupings being particularly vulnerable to road safety issues. There are many sites on the internet that make use of UK census data, but one of the most convenient is this one, which allows searching on a parish-by-parish basis. I will include the URL of this site in the description of the video. In the place box, type the name of your parish. So I will put in Whitby. Of the options that come up, you're looking for one which basically has the name of your parish, comma, and then parish next to it. On the resultant page, much information is provided about the demographics of the population in this parish. In this particular case, I wanted the age profile, which you find on the right-hand side. From the numbers provided, you can then calculate the percentage over 70s, 60 to 69, etc., and compare with the national average. This then highlights whether a particular demographic is likely of major concern. What is the current situation like on the road in terms of actual recorded collisions? Maybe you could make a clear case just based on actual data. Remember though, this data does not record the fear of the road or near misses, i.e. the perception of danger. And so the problem, almost always, goes far deeper. To build a case for default 20 mile an hour, we now go to the North Yorkshire Council website, which provides access to road collision data for the most recent 4 full years, currently showing as 2018 through to 2022. I will include the URL of this site in the description of the video. Once you get to this point, simply click on Road Search. Then you are presented with a map of the county with road collisions marked, green being slight, amber being serious, and red being fatality. Find your part of the county and zoom in until you can see the detail that you need. So in my case, I'm going to zoom in on the Whitby parish. So once you have the view as you want it, simply take a screenshot showing the particular part of the parish with the road collisions and to highlight the particular problems. Think about how well you can demonstrate the problem. Do you have local people who can testify to collisions or near misses, with particular situations that people can empathise with? Could you record simple videos of problematic road locations, highlighting the amount of traffic or the speed? They don't have to be very professional. Most cameras these days are eminently capable. If you have any petition data or statistics from a survey of a particular road or an area by knocking on doors, that would be great information. Do you have a proposal or a vision for what you would ultimately like to see in terms of 20-mile-an-hour limits? Part of campaigning for default 20 mile an hour could be to propose where you would like to see 20-mile-an-hour zones in your area. While some parishes are very simple in this respect, and you could express your needs very simply with a small map of a village, if you have a town with residential areas, it is likely easier to express using a zoomable map. In the case of the Whitby parish, we made use of the Google My Maps free software tool. You can define a map of your locality and add layers on top to show where you think 20 mile an hour could be applied. I'll include the URL of this site in the description of the video. We created a map to highlight one possible implementation in Whitby. Each of the dark red areas represent an existing 20 mile an hour zone, i.e. very few of those. The orange areas are residential areas that are not currently 20 mile an hour, but really should be, since the density of people in these areas is high. The yellow area is largely taken up by tourist accommodation, hotels, B&Bs, etc., and so similarly has high footfall. Finally, the green area would represent a much expanded town centre area, which is full of tourists for many months of the year, and so would also benefit from such a scheme. The remaining question would be what to do with arterial roads. The obvious school/high footfall areas we have marked, but arguably other sections could be included, particularly once we consider where we need to provide cycle access but can't fit in cycle infrastructure. This latter point will almost certainly require inclusion of several arterial roads in the Whitby area. Otherwise, the cycle network that we one day will have major gaps in it, and so we'd be ineffective in encouraging enough people to cycle. Hopefully this is enough to give you an idea of what you could propose using this tool. The resultant map is then internet accessible for sharing with others. At this point, you have all of the key information to back up a campaign and to make a video. To make a video look professional, creating a presentation in the style of PowerPoint is the simplest way. Think of all of the information gathered previously and arrange it over a handful of slides. Tell a story, the problem, the testimonies, the proposal, and then finally, what difference would it make to your community? Once you have the basic narrative, then that is your presentation done. The only thing remaining is to write a script. Basically the story that you're going to read out while you're running through your slides. It's simply easier to do it like this if you have it written down in front of you. Then we're on to making the video. There are many ways of doing this, but one simple way is just to use Zoom. Most people are familiar with it these days. In effect, you start a meeting with yourself. You join the meeting, start up your presentation, and click on Share. So you share your presentation with the Zoom meeting, and at that point you click on Slideshow. Then the only thing you need to do is press record, and you just read through your script, slide by slide, remembering to flick on to the next slide on the presentation in front of you. At the end of it, you simply press stop recording and you end your Zoom meeting. The Zoom video in MP4 format will be found underneath your Documents area. If you had any supplementary videos, for example, footage of roads, road junctions, heavy load of traffic, people having problems getting across roads, you could bring up a video editor at that point and insert the supplementary video footage into your Zoom video. At this point, you're done. So you either just upload your video onto a YouTube channel, if you have one. Alternatively, you provide it for the 20sPlenty for North Yorkshire campaign to load it onto their YouTube channel. Finally, if you require any more information or assistance, Ian Conlon or Anna Semlian are on hand to help, as well as many others around North Yorkshire. Thank you for your time and good luck with your campaign.